living weapon, half man, half machine. His human intelligence and mechanical agility strike fear into the hearts of his enemies. The Cyborg Warrior. Cyborg Warrior.
Attention, my human creators. I am a robot supervillain. Today I have risen once again to take over your world. Once again. Because sequels.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to X-Plane 11. My name is Micah. We are here in Baltimore. We'll be flying to Charlotte today in the Airbus A319. We have the Solaris Thin Blue Line livery. We are going to be flying on VATSIM, of course, and we are flying out as a part of a Solaris Virtual Airline event. And this is what they call Breakout Baltimore, so we're going to be flying out of Baltimore, myself and quite a few other Solaris Virtual Airline pilots, including our very own Brandon Brooks, who is actually won the yoke last stream. Pretty cool in there. So we are going to be flying out. I'm going to be doing a full startup and everything like that here prior to departure. The event starts at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Central. So 20, by the way, that's 2:00 Universal Time or Greenwich Mean Time or 0 hour 0 time. Zulu time, 0 G. Anyway, UTC. So let's get inside the aircraft. We're going to do a full prep up and everything like that so that when 2 p.m. Central or 3 p.m. Eastern rolls around, we'll be ready to rock and rumble here along with everybody else. Excuse me. So let's get in here and let's get this checklist rolling. Hope you guys have had a fantastic week so far and had a good Saturday as well. Let's go ahead and do this thing here. Okay, so we'll look at first. We want to make sure that our radar's off and our PWS is off, which they are. Engines mode selectors in normal, and both of these master engines are off. Thrust level should be at idle, which it is at idle. Windshield wipers, that's going to be overhead here. They should be off on both of them, which they are. Battery 1 and 2, we can go turn those suckers on. Battery 1, battery 2. All right, we do have external power, so we're going to go ahead and select external power here. Alrighty. We're going to wait for the self-test screens to complete here. In that process, as that process completes, we are going to turn up the brightness of those screens so that we can see them better. I prefer as bright as they will go, especially during the day. At night, I might turn them down just a little bit, but in general, I pretty much want it as bright as it can go. There we go. And also on the McDoos. Fantastic. Okay, and let's see. Now we need to go up here and do a couple more things. APU fire test. That's actually engine fire test. Engine fire test number 2. APU fire test. Fantastic. And now we're going to do seatbelt sign. Comes to on. No smoking on as well. Emergency exit lights going to armed. All right, let's check the parking brake. Make sure we are in parking, which we are. Let's see here. Speed brakes are down. Flaps are set to 0. That's confirmed. There is no ice on the windows. Make sure, oop, that's the wrong button. Make sure the probe and window heat is not illuminated, which is not. So aiders, that's going to go to nav on all 3 of them. Fantastic. All right, nav logo lights are going to go to 1. Wing engine anti-ice, we're going to keep that off. It's not, don't turn that on while you're on the ground here unless you're doing a de-icing procedure. Usually that will be spraying hot water on you. Anyway, temperatures here. We want to go ahead and adjust our temperatures. We're going to keep them right here in the center because that's generally where you want to keep it anyway. Pretty much automatic. And let's see. Lab lights are set. Let's go ahead and check our hydraulic fluid and everything like that. We're going to make sure we have everything good to go. So we're going to check hydraulic fluid, and we're making sure that these levels are in the green. We don't want them down here in the yellow. If they're down in the yellow means they're too low, and we'd have to get those filled up. But it's good, so no worries there. Oil quantity, if we go back, I think over to engine. Yeah. Yep, here he goes. Oil quantity. Want to make sure this is green, which it is green. A little bit less in the left, but that's okay. That's still plenty. Johnny Leet, you're watching from Brazil. Well, welcome from Brazil. Hope you enjoy. Let's see here. Oxygen. Go to our door. Oxygen pressure is 1200 psi. It's in green, so we're good. ECAS, we're going to do a recall here. Recall, and looks like we don't have any anything right now, which is good. Now, normally I would go ahead and get my clearance at this point, set my radios, squawk, everything like that. Unfortunately, ATC is not online yet. They are not expected to come online until probably another 10-15 minutes. So we're going to skip the clearance and radio section and go ahead and go into the McDo programming. And yeah, so let's go ahead and bring up my Avi tab here. What I'm looking for is just a couple things to help me along the way. Well, first, I'm going to pull up the airport, which we are flying out of Baltimore. And what I'm looking for is based off of my departure. If I show you here, go to the next screen. I am on the Fix-It 2 departure, otherwise known as a STAR, standard instrument departure. And we're going to go departure, and we're going to fix it to our nav departure. And we're going to look at what our ceiling altitude is. We can go ahead and guess pretty much what they're going to push us to. And that's going to be, looks like top altitude 14,000. So we're going to assume they're going to push us out to 14,000 initially. So we can go ahead and set that here in the MCP. We'll set it at 14,000. And we'll continue now with the McDo. So the McDo, this is the brain of the aircraft. This is what's going to bring you autopilot and all that kind of stuff. This is essential to program. If you're unfamiliar with programming this, I do have a full I have a full video on all of that. I'll take you through it here as well, but it's not going to be quite as detailed. Yes, you can roll the bugs using the scroll from the mouse. That's what I did. All right. We're going to need the flight plan up here. So we're going to go through something called diffs rip, which I could put over here on this one. Diffs, one F, and then you're going to have multiple S's here. 3 S's, R, and I, and 2 P's. Diffs rip. So, data, this is your first page, data index. This is basically you're going to go to your aircraft status. You're going to make sure you have the right engines. Your AirX cycle is the correct AirX cycle, and you're within that time frame, which we are. We're good on that. Then we're going to go to the init page. This is where we start programming our flight in. So we're going to go from Baltimore, Kilo Bravo Whiskey Ida, /, this is our 2 Kilo Lima Tango. That is Charlotte Douglas International. From and to. Our alternate, we do have an alternate airport we're going to be heading to. Go to the second page and I'll show you. Our alternate airport, what's our main one? Here's our alternate right here, is to Kilo Romeo Delta Uniform. I'm not exactly sure what airport that actually is, but that is our alternate. So we'll put in our alternate right there. Then we're going to put in our flight number. Our flight number today is Solaris 546. So Sierra Oscar Alpha 546. Cost index today is going to be 20, and that's set by my virtual airline. If you're just running through VATSIM or something like that, your cost index shows up right here. The CI right here, that is your cost index. So if you're just doing an auto through SimBrief, it's going to give you the cost index it calculates, but my airline functions off cost index 20. Next, we're going to do our flight altitude. That our cruising altitude is 36,000 feet. Put that in. It's going to automatically calculate a temperature, but I'm not going to use that auto-calculated temperature. That's just an estimate of what it usually is, but considering we're moving into the winter time, it's probably going to be colder than that. So we go up here to our first fix, find the temperature, and it's negative 53. So like I thought, it's going to be, I'm sorry, it's actually going to be a little bit warmer than I expected, but that's That's okay. Was not expecting that, but that's all right. So that's going to be the actual temperature we use there. Now, after we've done that, we are going to hit the Align IRS button. I don't think our IRS is quite in the aligned phase yet, but that's going to go ahead and auto do that when it comes around. Let's see. Now we're going to go to a first F in diffsrip, as you see over here, diffsrip, which is going to be the flight plan. And we're going to start programming in our flight. Like I mentioned, we are departing. We're actually going to be departing off runway 10, and we're going to be using the Fix-It 2. And let's see if we have a transition here. Let's see. We do. Lima Yankee Hotel. So we're going to put that in as a transition. Stem Solar, thanks for the 549. I believe that is... Is that euros? No. That could be euros. I can't remember if that's euros or pounds. Either way, 549. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it. Just added stem in front of your name. Yeah, I absolutely do remember you, man. Johnny, what's your opinion on the future of Microsoft and X-Plane? Well, I think Microsoft 2020 is going to beat out X-Plane hands down. And X-Plane is going to be playing the catch-up game once again. Of course, we'll see what happens there. But I think Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 will kick X-Plane 11 out of the market for a little while. But we'll see. I mean, I say that, but that could not happen. It all depends on, how much Microsoft actually holds up on their end. All right, so euros. Okay, we're gonna go to our destination airport now, and we're gonna put in our arrival, which we're gonna expect ILS 18 center. That can probably change, but we're gonna expect that, and our star standard arrival will be. I don't know if that's supposed to be Chelsea 4, Chrysler 4. I think it's Chelsea 4. All right. And if we got, yep, we do have the transition there, and insert that. And that'll bring us all the way in to Charlotte here. Get rid of this. Perfect. Now that our flight plan is added in, what we are going to do is we're actually going to, once this is actually aligned, we're going to step through our plan to make sure everything is correct there. Let's see, what's next? Sorry, just yawned. Next is going to be, we do our secondary flight plan. Unfortunately, the Solaris Airbus A319 does not have the secondary flight plan as an option, but can't really go through those S's. That's okay. After the secondary flight plan, we go to our radio navigation. This is just to make sure everything is programmed correctly. I'm going to leave it as auto, as it does a pretty darn good job. Usually I don't check it until I get towards the arrival airport. Arrival airport. Fuel. Fuel is going to be just fine as is. It'll automatically start calculating all of that here shortly. Just got a GPS primary, as you see. So we're going to go back to our flight plan. We're going to step through it here. Wrong direction. There we go. And plan. All right, let's start stepping here. And let's make it a little bit taller or higher. That looks good to me. Fantastic. All right, back to ARC. All right, we'll continue on. Next, we're going to go back to our init page here. And we're going to go to the second page of the init. And we're going to put in our zero fuel weight, which today, I believe, is going to be our zero fuel weight here. 6.852. So 56.9 basically for zero fuel weight. So 56.9. Our block fuel today is going to be, I've already loaded up my block fuel as well, 900, so 5.9 block fuel. And all that's put in there. Fantastic. All right. Now we go to performance. I'm sorry, no, progress first. And we're going to put in a down and dirty direction distance for us by putting in our destination as Baltimore real fast here on the progress. That'll give us a distance and direction. Then we're going to go back to performance like I was doing, and we're going to bring up the toll list menu here. They have a nice little thing that they have here selected. So we're going to be expecting runway 10. Our flex temperature is going to be 66. V1 is going to be 152. VR is also 152. And V2 is 155. As such, flaps we're expecting 1 plus F, which is flaps 1. And that is set. And that's going to complete our make do here. I believe. Yes, that's going to complete our make do. Jump back out here, and we're going to continue with our check with the aircraft, or continue with our checklist. So, pre-flight maintenance is completed. Cabin signs are on. Fuel pumps, those are going to come on now. All right. APU master on. Aiders are in nav. Fuel on board equals required. Fuel on board, where is it? Right there, 5,900. And that was what our required is, so 5,900. Good to go. Altimeters need to be set. I'm going to check the map here since we don't have ADAS yet. DA. Here I am. Details 3037. So really close to what I already actually have. 3037. Across the board, that's going to give us our altimeter. All right. APU flap should be open at this point. Check it. Yep, APU flap is open. Fantastic. So we are, let's see, 13 minutes away from our event start. And we're almost ready to go here. So making good time on our pre-departure checklist. All right, next thing we're going to have to do is going to be starting up the APU and getting all the GPU off, ground items removed, make sure everything's closed up, ready to go, and all of our beacons and all that kind of stuff activate. Now, currently, we don't have ATC still, and I'm kind of waiting for them to come online before I start powering up my beacon and doing that kind of stuff, because I want them to be assigned to me. So until then, I'm going to be sitting here waiting for them. I don't want to be using my fuel either. That's why I haven't started my APU. Kind of at a standstill here just a little bit until ATC gets online. In the meantime, feel free to ask me any questions you would like. That way, I mean, right now is a perfect opportunity to have questions because I don't really have much else to do, so you can go ahead and ask them about being distracted. Sure. Pulling up some reference. In cargo for chilling is also, yep. Yep, I see that we have several people online now as well. I see Brandon, Solaris 5525 sitting over there in the cargo ramp. Got Rob over here. Let's see, Solaris 591. And we have Robert Curtis with Solaris 587, which I guys those. Jump out here. There he is, 587. There's the other one, and Brandon is over here somewhere. Let's see if we can up here and see him. There he is. There's Brandon. Looks like you're going to be flying the 757 today. Very nice, very nice. Like we also got a British Airway. So there you go. The CG, oh gosh. Can you explain the CG diagram? Never got that. Thanks for your service. Diagram. Not exactly sure what you're referencing. Let me check fast. Oh, center of gravity diagram. Never really got that. That's a good question. See if I can pull this up here. Okay. So this actually kind of explains it perfectly right here. So black is your CG limits, right? So if you look closely, which is kind of hard to see, but there's a black line right here that's mixed with the red and goes down right here as well. And then there's a black line right here. Basically, you have to keep your center of gravity within those black lines. Your blue line, that is your flight center of gravity, right? So takeoff center of gravity, flight center of gravity, and landing center of gravity. And this is all going to give you your estimated here. So the red little crosshair, that is the estimate for my landing center of gravity. And notice it is within that red box, so I'm good to go. The blue center of gravity, as you can see right here, little plus sign, is within the blue box, so I'm good to go. And the black center of gravity, that'd be your center of gravity limits for takeoff, which you can't see it because it's also inside of the blue. But those lines right there are your restrictions. And I know there's two different types of diagrams. This is the one that I use. This is the ones that I'm aware of, that I've pretty much come across the board. But I do know there is another type, and I don't know how to read the other type. But I do know how to read this one. Hopefully that makes sense. Hope that makes sense, Rakan. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's see here. Potomac, I think it's Potomac approach is 19.5. Let's power that one up here in the radio here. 19.5. Technically, we're within his airspace, but I don't know if he's going to give services for Baltimore. But if that's all we got, that's all we got.
American 1850, route deck is correct. Push and start, your discretion. Expect runway 1 for departure, car is taxi.
And Potomac approach, KT 94 just to confirm, we can descend up to 4,000 on star, correct?
Yes, sir, you can descend to 4,000.
We'll go KT 94 heavy.
United 712, we're set to maintain 3,000.
Hello from a tree stand. Awesome.
United 712.
Thanks for popping in. Let me send him a message. See if he's going to be providing services for Baltimore. Fantastic. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and get a call to Potomac here. And see if we can get it to give us our IFR clearance. To Charlotte.
United 712, reduce to 210 knots. Slowing 210, United 712.
Potomac approach, Solaris 546 at Baltimore, ready for IFR clearance to Charlotte.
Solaris 546, Potomac approach, are you able to accept the TERP 6 departure, Frenchburg transition?
Stand by one, let me check. No, we can approach Solaris 546. That's affirmative. We can take the Chirp 6.
Solaris 546, thank you very much. You're clear to Charlotte Airport via Chirp 6 departure, Lynchburg transition at Chisley 4 arrival. You're going to climb via SID. Departure is with me, squawk 2123.
Obviously, Solaris 546. Be on the Chirp 6 departure. Climb via SID. Departures with you. They squawk.
2123. Break Singapore 457. Send and maintain 3000.
3000 Singapore 457.
2123 Solaris 546. All right.
Solaris 546. Rebec is correct. Push and start your discretion. Expect runway 28 for departure. Call ready for taxi.
We'll expect 28. Push start at my discretion. We'll call ready for taxi. Solaris 546. All right, so I'm going to be on 28, so that's going to be different as well. So let me reprogram this completely here. We're going to be on 28, and we're going to be doing the Chirp 6 Lynchburg transition. Oh, I got multiple things here. Hold on. Maybe. Make sure I'm not doubling anything. No, it looks fine. That looks fine. Let's go ahead and check that in the plan.
United 712, turn left heading 100. 100, United 712. Singapore 457, turn right heading 180.
Looks good to me. Fantastic. All right, back to ARC here.
Right heading 180 Singapore 457.
All right, we're going to push and start at my discretion, so we're going to continue with our checklist here. Now, go and get the APU started.
Singapore 457, reduce to 190 knots.
190 knots, Singapore 457.
Airports. Go over on Baltimore. And up here. Exactly where I'm going to be taxiing here, or expect to taxi. 8's Echo. Well, he may have us come straight out, so maybe Alpha. Something like that. Alpha Tango uniform. And probably somewhere around that. Okay. APU started. Oops, wrong button. APU started, so we can go ahead and disconnect. Round this.
United 712, turn left heading 010.
With that.
010, United 712.
Beacon on. Rest levers idle. Parking brake is on. Transponder could be in auto already. Double check that.
Singapore 457, turn left heading 100.
In auto. Go above. And pushback start request. Don't need pushback start request, so.
United 712, owner of rollout, field will be at your 12 o'clock, 15 miles, report site. Wilco, United 712.
Right there.
All right, Captain, got the directions. Let me know through the menu when you're ready.
Go ahead and call them.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
All right, tows are coming.
Singapore 457, keep the left turn heading 010.
Left 010 Singapore 457.
Insight, United 712. United 712, cleared, visual, runway 1 center. Over the visual 1 center, United 712.
Waiting for him to pop up here so we can get pushed back. Got a good number here now in the terminal area, with a few more probably over in the cargo. Doors, hatches are closed, and we are ready to connect. Go ahead and connect, sir. rocking and rolling down 3 miles strolling. Sorry, it's a terrible song. I know. Alrighty. Landing center's on as well, so that's
Singapore 457 River
DC
after 12
center is
o'clock,
on
2
as
miles.
well.
Port type.
Inside Singapore 457.
Singapore 457 cleared Mount Vernon visual runway 1.
Stands inserted.
Clear visual runway 1 Singapore 457.
United 712 wind 060 at 12.
Alright, we are ready for pushback.
1 center, clear to land. Clear to land, runway 1 center. United
And we are now in the event time, so we're going to start pushback here.
Maintain 3000.
Pushback. Line 'em up.
Roger, down to 3000, Cathay
Our
94
last
heavy.
clear lights. Everything looks good. Nope. Wrong button again. If you bleed comes on. Engine mode ignition. And we are going to start engine master number 1. Chrono starts. And go engine and watch this baby rock and roll.
CPA 94 heavy, turn right heading 280.
Right, 280, Cathay 94 heavy.
Singapore 457 wind 040 at 12, runway 1, clear to land.
Runway 1 clear to land Singapore 457.
And waiting for that good start here and available. Once we get the available here, then we know we've got a good start. And we've got available, so we got a good start in engine number 1. Kill the chrono. And we'll start engine number 2. Chrono starts again.
CPA 94 heavy field is at shore 2 to 3 o'clock, 11 miles, far side.
Roger, we have field and runway inside, Cathay 94 heavy.
Oh, guy's
94
flying.
heavy cleared to visual runway 1 center.
Roger, cleared visual 1 center, Cathay 94 heavy, thank you.
And for engine number 2 to start here.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Park brake set.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Number 2 is available. Fantastic. So we are going to kill chrono. Start again. And this goes to normal. Ground spoilers armed. Flaps set to 1 plus F. Wait for that to extend and confirm. One plus F confirmed. Overhead. AP bleed off. AP master off. Transponder is alt off. Taxi light goes to taxi. And let's go ahead and disconnect our brakes here.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Alright, disconnect brake. And we'll go ahead and call for taxi here.
CPA 94 heavy number 2 following a Airbus A319 on short final wind 060 at 12, gust 18, runway 1 center, clear to land.
Roger, copy winds, clear to land, runway 1 center, and we have the traffic fine and a half, short 1 center, Cathay 94 heavy.
Approach Solaris 546, ready for taxi 28. Might put me Alpha Charlie.
Solaris 546, runway 28, taxi via Alpha, Charlie, uniform 1.
Taxi to 28 via Alpha Charlie Uniform 1, Solaris 546.
Singapore for 457, taxi parking
All
via
right.
November Kilo.
Auto brakes, Mac, cabin, check.
United 712,
Take off,
export
test.
Yankee 4, parking Yankee 4, Zulu.
Fantastic. All right, so we're going to be taking off runway 28. We'll climb to initial 14,000 via the SED. In case of engine failure, return back to the airports and land probably on runway 10. If we have one engine failure, we can fly all the way around to 28. If we have two engine failures, we'll have to come in directly back to 10 or nearest airport. We'll also contact ATC and let them know that we've had an engine failure. In case of a fire, we'll activate fire, a suppression system, and then do the same procedures as the engine out procedure.
Delta 676, Potomac approach, just going over flight plan. Are you in the McRae 2 with departure? And then McRae.
Our flight temperature is set to 66 degrees Celsius, which is appropriate.
That's fine, it's radar vectors anyway. Delta 676, clear to
First weight is
Detroit.
62.700, which is
filed. Maintain 3000.
confirmed.
Expect flight level 280, 10 minutes after departure. Departure is with me and Squawk 2127.
The trim set, speed set, flex temp set, flaps set, take off 1+F. That is confirmed. Flight controls check. Let's go ahead and do that while we're taxiing here.
Delta 676,
Left.
feedback is correct. Push and start your discretion.
Right.
Expect runway 30 for departure.
Down.
Call reef taxi holding short
Up.
of Zulu.
All right.
Attention all aircraft on frequency. Baltimore, it is information Echo is current altimeter 3035.
3035. Fantastic. Appreciate that, sir. Flight controls are checked. Status good.
American 1850,
PWS.
runway 1, taxi via Kilo 5,
Auto.
Juliet, cross runway 4.
Weather radar on. We'll put number 2 on today. Taxi via Charlie. So it's going to be our taxiway right here. No aircraft in front of us. We'll go and turn on our train on ND. Brandon, make sure, well, you're in the 757, right? Make sure, I don't know if you flew the 757 before. If you're, first time you're flying the 757, Brandon, these knobs, there'll be knobs down here. One will be VH1 or something like that. You need to pull it. Like, just click it and drag it up, and it'll, like, pull up, and then you'll be able to hear and talk. I had the longest time trying to figure it out myself.
Solaris 546, you can contact, or stand by. CPA 94, heavy, welcome to Washington Dulles, taxi parking via Yankee 2 Zulu.
Please, packs are off. Or lights are off, not off, but lights are off. Engine selector is in normal. Fuel on board, 5,800. Fuel required, like that. 5617. Got plenty of fuel on board. Off here. Baltimore Tower's coming online. 119.4.
Solaris 546, contact tower 119.4.
119.4, Solaris 546. Baltimore Tower, Solaris 546, taxiing via Charlie Uniform 1 for runway 28.
Solaris 546, good afternoon, sir. Baltimore Tower. Wind 08015, altimeter 3035, runway 28, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 28, Solaris 546. We already got our clearance for takeoff here. Fantastic. We'll turn our landing lights on, strobes on, wings on, takeoff, runway's coming on.
Tower, good afternoon. Solaris 537. We have the Well, we don't have the ATIS, but we got the altimeter and IFR at Atlanta.
Chrono's had plenty of time.
Solaris
Chrono
537.
All right, let's get on out of here,
We're
guys.
cleared Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson International Airport by the
Glad to help,
Turks
Brandon.
6 departure. Flask transition, then as filed to maintain. Correction, climb by the 6 at maintain 1717,000. Expect your flight level 360, 10 minutes after departure. Departure will be on 1985, squawk 2403.
Solaris 537 is cleared to Atlanta via the Turk 6, flash transition, then as filed. Expect climb via the SID 17,000, 360, 10 minutes after departure, 1985, and squawking 2403.
Solaris 537 readback is correct. Call me ready for taxi.
What runway are you using today for 537?
15 right for user.
15 right, thank you, Butch.
Solaris 546, contact departure 1985. Good flight.
1985, Solaris 546. Limbic approach, Solaris 546, with you climbing through 2000 for 14.
Solaris 546, Potomac approach radar contact, climb via SID.
Via SID, Solaris 546. Alrighty. Bound spurs. Oop. Going off. I almost activated, pulled them out there. All right. Fantastic. We're looking good. Beautiful day out here in Baltimore.
Potomac approach, Delta 676, ready for taxi. Delta 676, runway 30, taxi via Zulu, Yankee 11, altimeter tree 0, tree. Runway 30 via...
Oh, it's not even close to time for the butter.
Yankee 11 and 30, tree on the altimeter, Delta 676.
Not even close for butter yet, man. We just took off. A little bit windy up here. Outside view. Alrighty.
And Potomac approach, Kitty 94 Heavy, you'd like to get a clearance for John F. Kennedy as filed for the return leg?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I'm gonna butter this thing like crazy. Yep. All right, 10,000 feet. Landing lights coming off.
CPA 94 Heavy, are you able to accept this reroute?
No worries. We can change that Cathay 94 Heavy, and we're still loading a couple of pallets. So give us about 3 minutes, Cathay 94 Heavy.
French American 1850s, 4,000, 5,000.
It's set to auto, sir.
American 1815, radar contact Flemington, flight level 210.
Which I think auto only maximum it'll do is 30.
Level 210, American 1815.
I have the head tracker track IR, the cheap antennas. I have the actual track IR. I don't have, like, I know what you're talking about, like the head tracking technology. I don't have that. I thought about it. So I don't have to wear a little doohickey. But I mean, okay. But yes, I have thought about that. Vertical speed is increasing. Cabin altitude is also need to know. See, like it's not going past 30 here, so I think 30 degrees is its max. I tried. I'm playing X-Plane 11.
And Potomac Cathay 94, we have refiled the flight plan as requested, and we are ready to copy clearance.
Cathay 94 Heavy, thank you very much. You cleared at John F. Kennedy Airport via Jacob 3 departure. AGAR transition, direct Donald, Victor 229, direct PNC, Victor 44, Carmen. Maintain 3,000. Expect 7,000, 17,000 as your cruise for today. Departure is with me, squawk 2130.
Roger, copy. Cathay 94 Heavy is cleared John F. Kennedy. It will be Jacoby 3 departure, AGARD, Donnell, Victor 229, Penzi, Victor 44 to Cameron.
I used to play FSX until I made the transition to X-Plane 11 2 years ago. So yeah, I played
Solaris
FSX
546, contact center 133.72. Bye bye.
133.72, Solaris 546. Appreciate it.
American
Washington Center, Solaris 546 at 14,000.
Solaris 546, Washington Center, maintain flight level 360.
360, Solaris 546. Right. So yeah, I played FSX for approximately, I want to say, 6 or 7 years. Well, it was basically 9 years off and on, but like actually playing it 6 or 7 total. I hope in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, that whole co-pilot cockpit thing that they did with FSX, we're going to do that. I hope they do that with 2020. That will make my Patreon first class flights so much easier. Because instead of trying to use Smart Copilot, which is just want to pull my eyes out, it would just be built in. That'd be fantastic. But yeah, so like I do actually do a flight with my first class Patreon supporters, in Smart Copilot, but I only fly like the Cessna 172 because everything else just is like ridiculously hard to get working.
Washington Center, good afternoon. November 138 Kilo Whiskey, 20 miles north of Elkins, flight level 300.
Number 138 Kilo Whiskey, Washington Center, radar contact position.
I'll definitely look into it,
3644.
Raycon.
3644, November 138 Kilo Whiskey.
Standard. And Trina ND can come off now. So there's Atlanta Center. That's going to be 132.
Or 138 Kilo Whiskey.
975.
5,000. They expect the visual approach for runway 4.
Down to 5,000, my discretion will expect visual 4, number 138 Kilo Whiskey.
Oh. There we go. Your main is the X 737-800X. Yes, I've been flying that for quite a bit as well. Hello, Red Sky. Welcome back. Captain Reynolds. Hello. Airbus versus Boeing. I get this all the time. So, my favorite aircraft was the Boeing 737-800, but honestly, I've kind of fallen in love with the Airbus A319, if I'm honest. After I've gotten used to the systems, it's just easier to me. With that being said, I still have a heart for Boeing, for sure. I would love to have a really high-quality Dreamliner that doesn't exist in X-Plane 11. There is one, it's payware, and I have it, but it's just the details inside are lackluster, to say the least. Yeah, actually, it's funny you say that, Tom. So my main aircraft during FSX was actually the CRJ 700. The Magnite, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Red. Yeah, that one. The outside, honestly, the outside doesn't look bad at all. It looks pretty good. But when you get inside, there's much to be desired on the interior textures. Yeah, the new Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, if it lives up to all of its promises, it's going to be the simulator of the century. How is the quality, guys? In regards to the bit rate, 1080p, 60 frames per second, because I finally got my internet upgraded. I'm curious how the quality is on your end. Do I need to up the bit rate even more, or what? Let me know, please. The Magnite? What's this? Oh, you mean the Flight Simulator 2020? What's its cost? I don't know. EKG. Hello. We'll be with DC Center for a while, Washington Center. As you can see. If you guys are new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the like button down below. When you do subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell notification, because if you don't, you may not get notified when I go live here on YouTube. And also join the Discord at the link that I just sent in the chat. That is going to give you guys access to several channels. Not going to give you access to everything. Only Patreon members there have access to everything in there. But it will get you access to a lot of the normal channels like general chat and screenshots, stuff like that. And I also announce when I go live in there as well. There's a lot of aircraft I wish were inside of these simulators.
Washington, American 1815.
Now, the word is, with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, is that PMDG is actually going to be developing for the simulator. Oh, they're already agreed to it. That's the rumor. That's not confirmed yet, but that is the rumor, is that PMDG will be treating aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, which should make sense because they have made it for FSX and so forth.
Washington, good afternoon, American 291 with you, 2104-230.
How do I pay off my Navigraph subscription with credit card or PayPal? Well, you can pay with either one. I pay through PayPal. Can you donate via Steam card? Because I don't have a credit card yet. I don't think you can. I don't have that set up. I got you. Yeah, I always do my online transactions through PayPal to give me a second wall.
1815, turn left, heading 140 vectors for spacing.
Left 140, American 1815.
The channels I have that are inside my Discord that are for Patreon members only.
Washington Center, very good afternoon.
Those are going to be
Delta 70 Alpha
a Flight Club chat, the downloads,
Kiddo,
first officer chat, and
350.
captain's chat. The downloads has the downloads which I promise inside my Patreon, such as liveries and checklists. For example, the one I'm using right now for this flight.
Say again, Delta 70 Alpha Heavy.
The A319 checklist I created, the A320 checklist I created. Those are all available for download there. Oop.
Air 138 Kilo Whiskey, Greenbrier, altimeter 3016.
Alright, let's go ahead and check my flight plan here, make sure all the constraints have been properly entered through the navigational data. Alright, so we're going to be heading to Charlotte here. We'll be arriving there momentarily. If we go to our progress.
Turn left heading 060.
225.
060, American 1815.
Helicopter Ranger 1, DC Center.
Alright, let's see here. Arrival. LC4. Flight plan. I'm looking for birds as the first one here.
And Center American 1850.
Or Blue Jay, I guess,
50 on the
technically.
speed. You still need that.
Blue Jay is above 270.
American
That's set.
1815, commencing flight level 320, normal speed.
Flight level 320, normal speed, American 1815, thanks.
Burrs. This says 280 at Burrs, not 260. Oh, that is set 280. Okay. That is set. That's correct. Squaz 220 is set properly. Dent. Boots. Boots and cats and boots and cats. And Chelsea 250, 1350. That works perfectly.
American 1815, turn left heading 330.
11.
Left turn 330, American 1815.
Blah. That's good. No D 230. That's good. And it looks like this is our first fix here. That right there, that's going to show us our first fix here
DC Center.
in the
VFR clearance out of DCA to the north.
First fix of the, what do you call it?
Aircraft
Approach.
From DCA contact Potomac approach 119.85.
Roger that, 119.85.
And if we're going for 18 center,
1815, proceed direct to Lynchburg, Lima, Yankee Hotel.
Direct to the Lynchburg VOR, make it 1815.
let's see here, OZ, yep. Okay. I think we're good on that. I think we're all good on all of that, so we should be good on the approach and arrival into Charlotte. Almost to our top of cruise here. Getting blown around a little bit of headwind. I have actually wondered how all the buttons feel in the aircraft. I've never actually touched them. I did actually, I mean, I've actually flown like a Cessna before, but never actually flown, obviously, a jetliner. I don't have a pilot's license, so that wouldn't make any sense, right? So I don't know how it would feel inside of a airliner or anything. I'll check it out, Tom. Not bad, man. Nice HOTUS. Might be clicky. I wonder. Yeah. Might be clicky.
November 138 Kilo Ski, the field is at your 12 o'clock in 10 miles. Report in sight.
We'll report, November 138 Kilo Ski.
All right, we are at cruising altitude. Seatbelts are off. That all looks good. Let's go ahead and do a couple checks here. Probably could if I wanted to. Like an alt FMC or something. Just check and make sure everything... Okay, make sure everything is how it should be.
Center November 138 Kilo Whiskey has a field in sight.
138 Kilo Whiskey, cleared visual approach and clear to land runway 4, wind 1203.
Clear visual approach and clear to land, November 138 Kilo Whiskey.
I'm gonna bring up Avitab here. What was the 2400? 1,000. 2400. 549. This is going to be my minimums. Or 9, not 5. 942. What is, did I say 590? I don't know. That didn't make any sense. That didn't make any sense. MDA is going to be 942. Let's see what the temperature is in Charlotte. It's going to be 11. 2 points minus 1 degree Celsius. 11 degrees. 040 at 13, gusting to 23. Great. Lots of winds. Gusting, or winds, 13. Perfect. That's just great. That's just great. I love some crosswinds, guys. Well, at 040, they're probably going to have us land 36 center. That's probably what they're going to change us to. If I could make a guess. At 04, yeah, probably could be 36. Well, if it's 04, they might actually have us on 5, ILS runway 5. That might, they might put us on 5. I've actually never landed on runway 5. It's shorter. Yep, it's shorter. But, yeah, they might have us land on runway 5. They do that. That's okay. Make that adjustment. That's me right there. And that's Charlotte. Won't be much longer. We actually start our descent. Relatively short flight. I think it's an hour and 20 minutes in the air.
Washington Center, American 29, flight level 370, going to Boston, checking in. American 29, Washington Center, squawk 3733. 3733, American 29. American 29, you're to contact 35 miles south Fayetteville, VOR, Philadelphia 370. Solaris 540, 6 to Sunday, Chesley, 4 arrival. Charlotte landing north of the Roanoke, altimeter 3021.
Over the Chesley 4 arrival, Solaris 546. They are landing north, so Alright. Flight plan. Arrival. We're gonna assume ILS 600. Chesley 4 arrival. For position. And oops. Heading. Reinserts. Two. There we go.
And Delta Alpha Heavy. Our next waypoint is Flat Rock. We don't have a route from there, so do you have a rival for us or vector us to Newark Liberty?
Delta 70 Alpha, I'm showing on your flight line you filed after Flat Rock. You are to join the Filbo 3 arrival into Newark.
Filbo 3 arrival, that's for 70 Alpha Heavy, right?
Affirm.
Roger, thanks.
Alright, we're going to start our descent here shortly. And seatbelt's going to come on. ECAS. Going to go below. And let's... Auto brake. We're going to set that to medium today. Landing systems come on. Primary and alternate secondary landing system. And then we'll wait till we get to our descent point, and then we'll start a descent. The area. Don't miss, guys. Monday night, I'll be live again. Same place.
Good afternoon, DC Center. KT-94 Heavy with you, leveling 17,000 and just east of Grim.
Live here, and it'll probably be about 7 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Eastern on Monday.
Center, Solaris 0537, level 17,000.
Solaris 537 Washington Center, contain flight level 360.
360, Solaris 537.
Terry
DC Tower,
and Terry
Thunderbird 1580, radio
heading to Atlanta.
5x5.
Bill's heading to Dallas Fort Worth.
Center, hello, United 2106, coming through 1364, flight level 190.
Yeah, 2106 Washington Center, contain
None
flight level
of-
360.
I asked a while ago, but I want to ask again. How is the stream quality? Is the bitrate good? Do you think I should crank up the bitrate a little bit more? Are you guys getting true 60 frames per second, etc., etc.? Let me know in the chat, please. First time I've been streaming to YouTube on 1080p, 60 frames per second. Alright, started descent now.
Center, good afternoon. Solaris 551, Turp 6, departure 17,000.
Solaris 551 Washington Center, recycle transponder. Squawk. Squawk 3527.
3527 in the box, Solaris 551.
Another Solaris Airlines flight now on Washington Center.
Solaris 551, thanks. Come maintain flight level 340.
I maintain flight level 340, Solaris 552.
You guys want to support me?
Center November 1
One-time
Kilo,
donation,
clear
you
the
can do
runway.
that over at streamlabs.com/MichaelMaster1.
Wilson Greenbrier, taxi debarking by Alpha.
Any and all
Taxi, parking
assist
at Alpha, thanks,
me
November 1 Kilo Whiskey.
and continue to make videos here on YouTube.
1815, descend pilot Chesley 4 arrival. Charlotte landing north, the Roanoke altimeter 3021.
3021, descend via the Chesley 4, landing north, American 1815.
Bit of winds up here, buffeting me around as I descend.
Solaris 546, contact Atlanta Center 121.35.
121.5, Solaris 46.
Descend to Solaris for Canadian Heavy, 14,000 feet.
Solaris 1480, Washington Center, quarantine, flight level 330.
Level 330, Solaris 1480 Heavy.
Go. That. Atlanta Center, Solaris 546, descending with the Chelsea for arrival into Charlotte.
Solaris 546, Atlanta Center, descend via the Chesley for arrival, Charlotte landing to the north of Charlotte, altimeter is 3008.
3008, Charlotte landing north to descend with the Chelsea for arrival, Solaris 546. 3008. So it's not 3009, it's now 3008. Okay.
Atlanta Center, good evening, Delta 972, descending flight level 240.
Delta 972, Atlanta Center, descend via air correction, cross Chipper at 13,250 knots, Atlanta altimeter 3001.
Altimeter 3001, cross Chipper at 13,250 knots, Delta 972.
Things looking good here on the descent.
West wind 1813, contact Atlanta Center 125.15, good day.
Contacting Atlanta Center on 125.15. Good day.
Delta 1227, contact Atlanta Center 132.97.
3297, Delta 1227.
Alrighty. Continuing our descent now into Charlotte. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in our final descent now into Charlotte area. We'll be landing here shortly in about 20 minutes or so. Winds a little bit heavy here in Charlotte, so maybe a little bit of a bumpy landing. Cloudy. Temperatures are nice, balmy, about 55 to 60 degrees. So it should be a down to the ground again in about 20 minutes or so. I really appreciate you flying with Solaris Airlines. You're the #1 carrier here in the United States. Of course, if you want to become a member of the flight club here with Solaris Airlines, just me. I go to patreon.com/MN Flight Club. Appreciate it again for you flying with Solaris Airlines. And see you guys down on the ground. That was my terrible call.
Atlanta Center, hello, climb and maintain flight level 230. Climb and maintain 230, American 2040.
Charlotte does not have any ATC except for Atlanta Center, so Atlanta Center will stay with them probably all the way down to the grounds here, so. Alrighty.
American 2040, contact Atlanta Center 132.907. 13297, American 2040.
Passing 21,000 feet. Now it's slowing us down. Or leveling off, I guess. And continuing our descent, because we got to maintain those constraints on our waypoints here. After this next waypoint, we'll slow down to 250 knots, I believe, or 240. Let's see. No, it's 250 knots. Yeah, 250 at Chelsea. So
Delta 972, contact Atlanta Center 125.15. Good day.
125.15, Delta 972. Goodbye.
See ya.
there's two things I have to do once I hit 18,000 feet. Those two things are set altimeter to local, which is going to be 3008, and then activate the terrain on MD. We do have an American
1815 Atlanta Center, Roger.
Aircraft behind us a good bit, so
Atlanta Center,
should be no factor unless I have to go around.
Chef 1496, Atlanta Center cross Petchy at 13,000, Atlanta altimeter tree 001.
Okay, climb and maintain 13,000 at Petchy. Altimeter is 3001 for Chef 1496.
Alrighty. Activated. Next little waypoint here that we have to do a couple things at, which will be 10,000 feet. That's where we start activating our approach mode.
American 1815, request 36 center.
American 1815, you'll get that from the next controller.
1850.
But we are going to be transitioning the controller.
Atlanta Center, Delta 1873, descending through 270 for 240.
I'm going to guess it's going to be 125.
Delta 1873, Atlanta Center, roger.
So I'm going to guess. Find out when the transition
Delta
is
1873,
over.
cross chipper at 13,000, 250 knots, Atlanta altimeter 3001.
Sorry, one more time for the altitude chipper.
Delta 1873, cross chipper at 13,000, 250 knots, Atlanta altimeter 3001.
130 and, sorry, 13,000 and 250 knots, Delta 70, at chipper, sorry, Delta 1783, 1873.
Solaris 546, contact Atlanta Center 125.15, good day.
125.15, Solaris 546. Atlanta Center, Solaris 546 at 16, descending via the Chelsea 4, arrival for Charlotte.
Solaris 546, Atlanta Center, hello, expect the ILS for my 36 center, Charlotte altimeter is 3008.
We'll expect the ILS for 36 Center, Solaris 546, which is what we have programmed, so
ready for taxi clearance runway 36 center for departure.
good to go on that one.
Delta 1007, thanks for my 36 center, taxi via Mike and Echo.
Mike, Echo to 36 center, Delta 1007.
Center Skyhawk 1 Farmer, Alpha. Request full stop and full county.
What was
Skyhawk
that?
15 Alpha, roger, wind 330 at 7, state the runway you'll be landing on today.
Looking to runway 8, Farmer Alpha.
Okay, Skyhawk 15 Alpha, report final runway 8.
Weather update.
On file for runway 8, Farmer Alpha.
Okay, November 15 Alpha, you are cleared to land runway 8, wind 030 at 7.
Runway 8, clear to land, Farmer Alpha, thank you.
Trade flight 7952, turn left and then 180. Trade flight 7952, turn right, sorry, turn left and then 180.
Not me. Jeez, that microphone's terrible.
Frequency, sir. November 15 Alpha, once vacated, taxi to the ramp at your discretion. Good night.
Taxi to the ramp, Farmer Alpha, thank you.
Alrighty.
Flight 7952, turn left and then 120, maintain 4000 to the established under localizer, cleared ALS, runway 8, left.
782, heading right 82, maintain 4000 feet, ILS, runway 8, left.
That is a terrible microphone. Whatever he's using, he needs to find something else.
Westwind 1830, turn right heading 060, maintain 6000 to the service under localizer, cleared ALS, runway 90 right.
Turn right 060, West 118, looking for runway 9 right.
Nope, you're cleared ALS, runway 9 right.
Cleared 09 white west right, West 118, 13.
Great.
Delta 972, begin your slowdown speed 210 knots.
Speed 210, Delta 972.
Thank you.
Looking good, guys. We're looking good on this descent. Nice and gradual. No speed problems.
On Delta 972, via the Star, clear LS runway 9 right approach.
Via the Star, clear LS 09 approach, Delta 972.
240 set.
Solaris American 1815, fast flight level 180, descending.
Landing lights on.
Landing north.
Runway turnoffs on. Wings on. Nose goes. Let's see. Nose not on yet. Cabin, make sure it's descending. We are good to go. 10,000 feet. Checklist complete. And activate that approach phase. And slow down to 210.
American 1815, Atlanta Center, hello, expect the LS 36 Center, altimeter 3008.
Double 08, expect IOS 36 Center, American 1815, thanks.
Crossing runway 5 for Delta Toucher, side.
West wind 1813, speed 180 knots until 6 DME.
Alrighty.
West wind 1813, speed 180 knots until 6 DME.
People, pay attention.
West wind 1813, 180 knots until 6 DME.
Alrighty. Looking good. This rival.
Trade wind 7952, contact Atlanta Tower 119.1, see ya.
Trade wind 7952, proceed shape for frequency tower, thank you.
West wind 1813, contact Tower 119.1, bye-bye.
Contact tower on
19.1.
119.1. Good day.
See ya.
Contacting tower on 119.1. Good day.
See ya.
Saying see it, not say again.
Atlanta Center, Delta.
Hey, where's my gun? How you doing?
13,000.
Delta 1873, Atlanta
Yes,
Center,
because I have a party
hello,
tonight.
Chevy Chipper 1, arrival, to LS runway 9 right.
And this is part of a
3001.
Solaris VA event as well. Of course, I'm away from all of them now because it was a breakout, so you're leaving an area.
WestJet 1496, 17,004, 13,000.
WestJet 1496, Atlanta Center, hello, fly, present heading, vector and ILS approach, runway 8 left, altimeter 3001.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Going for 3,000 next, man. 3,000 by Christmas. That's my goal.
Okay, flight
Be a
present
great
heading
Christmas
in
present.
And altimeter is 3001 for WestJet 1496.
Delta 972, speed 180 knots until 6 DME.
Reducing now 180 knots until 6 Delta 972.
Center Skyhawk 1 final now for this runway 8 at Fulton County, request departure.
Skyhawk 15 Romeo Alpha, roger, state your intentions after departure.
Pond to the south.
942.
Say again, sorry, sir.
We will be departing to the south, 5 Romeo Alpha.
Okay, 5 Romeo Alpha, fly runway heading, runway 8, clear takeoff.
Runway heading, runway 8, takeoff, 5 Romeo Alpha.
Atlanta Center, Delta 1007, hold short, runway 36, center for departure.
Delta 10,007, sorry, 5 runway heading for runway 36 center, clear takeoff.
Clear takeoff, runway 36 center, flight runway heading for Delta 1007.
Delta 972, contact Atlanta Tower, 119.1, have a good one.
119.1, Delta 972, thanks, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
A little bit of speed break here.
Solaris Air 546 is set to maintain 5,000.
It's going to maintain 5,000, Solaris 546. That's alright, where's my gun?
Atlanta Volunteer 820, holding short, 23 left in Knoxville, we're ready to go.
Blocked.
Atlanta Center, West 1496.
Gonna do my best to butter it.
To 4,000.
West at 1496, yep, stand by.
Open descent here. Flaps 2.
Center Skyhawk Farm, we're looking to head down to Atlanta Airport.
Yep, stand by. Solaris Air 546, you was not turned to the localizer, so report the field in sight, I'm guessing.
There's 546 has field in sight.
Solaris 546, next time I'd like you to fly the radar headings because, you know, sometimes it's departures and I'm trying to get spaced in. Your clear visual approach 36 center.
Clear visual approach 36 center. Do apologize for that. Flight plan just took us in.
Yep, sure, no worries. Delta 10,007, turn left heading 260 and report your passing altitude.
Come on, take us down. There you go.
November 15 Romeo Alpha, let's turn right southbound to join base leg, runway 8 left.
Right southbound to join the base leg, right left, fire now.
Number 5 Romeo Alpha, contact the tower, 119.1, have a good one.
19.1 for a tower, fire now, we'll see it.
Delta 1007, radar contact, turn left heading 260, say your passing altitude. Delta 1007.
Yes, Atlanta Center.
Radar contact, turn left heading 260, report your passing altitude.
5,260 left. Delta 1007.
Delta 10,007, thanks for zero normal speed.
Hello, Center Baron, November 512, Charlie Whiskey. Can we get a wind check for Kilo Mike Romeo November? Because I'm getting wicked turbulence out here.
Wicked turbulence.
The wind is 09 to her at 6, so it must be high up in the air.
Yeah, it's strange. I'm only like 3,200, but thanks to Charlie Whiskey.
No worries. West at 1496, turn right heading 275.
Right 275 for West at 1496.
West at 1496 is center, maintain 7,000.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a bumpy landing here, guys. Go ahead and put in what you think my vertical speed will be.
10,007, proceed direct Bob C, climb, maintain 16,000.
Atlanta Volunteer 820, we're ready to go.
Volunteer 820, score 2046. Delta 10,007.
Atlanta Center, Delta 1027.
That's 10,007, right. I've been texting you, I've also been calling you via voice. Please look out. This is direct Bob Z, climb maintain 16,000.
Climb maintain 160 for Delta 1007. We're having some issues with our speed right now with Delta 1007. Seems our PFD isn't showing our speed. We might have to return back to the airport.
Roger, I'll get back to you. Solaris 546, wind 030 at 14, Guston 20, runway 36 center, clear to land.
Clear to land, Solaris 546.
November 512,
To land, so we are going to go quiet here.
November 512 Charlie Whiskey.
Number 512 Charlie Whiskey, the Charlotte wind 030 at 14, Guston 20 knots, so that might be your answer.
Yeah, I see. 2 Charlie Whiskey.
Volunteer 820, thank you very much for that. Can I just ask what runway you're going to land up on there, sir?
Volunteering 20, we're on 23 left.
Volunteer 820, thanks. Runway 23 left, clear takeoff, flight runway head in.
Clear for takeoff, 23 left on runway heading Volunteer 20.
Vision Jet 7 Delta Romeo, like to cancel flight phone.
Vision Jet 7 Delta, Roger. Squawk VFR, frequency change approved. You have a good day, bye-bye.
Going to VFR, good day.
Atlanta Center, American 2040, checking back in, descending through 13,000.
American 2040, Alliance Center, had a maintain 12,000 vectors for the RLS approach, runway 9 right. Sorry, runway 8 left, the altimeter is 3001.
We'll hold at 12,000 and we have the ATIS 3001 for 8 to left, approach American 2040.
Ooh, that was a little bit tricky there. Little bit tricky there, but we made it.
Atlanta Center, Delta 1007, if you could give us vectors back to return to Charlotte.
Delta 1007, roger. Vector in for the RLS approach, runway 36 center, turn left heading 150.
Left 150, we'll try to get our speed down for Delta 1007.
American 1815, can you accept a visual approach into 36 center?
Currently IMC, American 1815.
American 1815, roger. Turn right heading 280, descend and maintain 5,000.
Right turn 280 down to 5, American 1815.
Solaris 546, welcome to Charlotte. Echo to the ramp, good afternoon.
Echo to the ramp, Solaris 546, appreciate your control.
Thank you.
Alright, how does it look different? That's because I had the light on. So if I go up here and
Down 7,000 for
turn it off, may change it a little bit. I don't know, it's how mine looked, so. How mine look.
Center 2 Charlie Whiskey, can we get the visibility of Atlanta? The weather's looking like it's getting worse. We might have to divert somewhere else.
Number 512 Charlie Whiskey, yes, stand by, let me get the METAR for you.
Alright, we're going to taxi up here to the
Charlie
gates.
Whiskey, it's broken 3,800 feet.
And then we will go that landing. And
Alright, then I won't have to be diverting, but the winds might be an issue. I'll have to see when I get there, 2 Charlie Whiskey.
Okay, sure, let me know.
Red Sky, help,
1815, turn
wrong.
right, all the way around, heading 020, maintain 5,000 to the establishment localizer, clear the rest of my
No, I don't use X Vision. I thought about getting it.
Right 020, maintain
No, I
5,000,
do not.
establish clear ILS 36 center, American 1815.
Just confirm it's 020 for me, please.
Right turn 020, American 1815.
I don't know how to fix that because I don't do anything with 2D cockpits.
10 left and 180, descend and maintain 5,000.
180, 5,000 for watch out 14.
Touchdown speed was minus 195, so not bad at all for the winds that I was facing.
1368, roger, Atlanta Center, radar contact.
Not bad at all, if I do say so myself. And I actually got here ahead of schedule, too. Flight was a little bit faster than I expected. Pretty nice as well.
Volunteer 820, 10,000, runway heading.
Volunteer 820, thanks. Radar contact, turn right, heading 270.
Right, 270, volunteer 820.
Volunteer 820, climb maintain flight level 330, resume on navigation, direct to Nashville VOR.
Direct Nashville up to flight level 330, volunteer 820.
WestJet 1496, turn left, heading 120, maintain 5,000 till established under localizer, clear to runway 8 left approach.
From upcoming 120 and maintain 5,000 until established on localizer for
Alright, let's get this thing parked up.
Thank you, Delta 1368, turn left, heading 320.
Left 320, Delta 1368.
American 1815, wind 04012, runway 36 center, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 36 center, American 1815.
Number 521 Charlie Whiskey, cleared into the Charlie Class Bravo airspace, maintain VFR at or below 3,500 feet, score 2040.
Alright, cleared into the Class Bravo.
Alright.
Squawking 2040.
Park brakes on.
Sorry, what was the altitude for...
And we're going to disconnect from VATSIM here. And we're going to check out that that landing, as we always do here on my channel. Let's auto replay mode. Back. A bit more. That'll be good. Fighting that crosswind all the way down. Those gusts are what really suck. Only 13 knots crossing, which isn't too bad. I mean, it's coming off my nose about like this, but when those gusts of like the 22 knots, 22 knots hit me, it's quite, I felt it. Like there was one right there. You can see me, the control surface just bouncing back and forth, just trying to stay center lined here. I'm gonna try to put the right nose, right wheel down first. Got a little bit off center there. I need to use a little bit more rudder, but all in all, not too bad. Especially for the conditions, but not too bad at all. Not too bad. Minus 195 is not bad at all for crosswind landing. We'll back up here just a little bit. All right, time for me to go, guys. I do appreciate you stopping by. Don't forget to go over to Discord, join the Discord, and so you get notified when I go live there. And also, you can hit the subscribe button down below and the like button. Make sure if you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification as well, so you get notified when I go live. Don't forget you can become a Patreon member at patreon.com/MNFlightClub. Allow me to continue to operate here down here in Alabama and show you guys flights and reviews and all that kind of stuff that I do on my channel, all of which any and all donations are appreciated. You can do one-time donations over at Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/MichaelMester1. That's all I'm going to say about money. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and you all know the saying by now. I'll see you guys next time up in the sky.